Hey, what's up, YouTube? This your boy AKA's back again for another video, and I wanted to do a commentary on this graphic novel, well, the preview for the graphic novel that's coming out for Fallout New Vegas, only in the collector's edition. Now, this preview was exclusive to iPhone users and the App Store, but I figured I'd just go ahead and give it to you guys on YouTube. For any of you guys that doesn't have an iPhone or doesn't have access to this novel and was curious about it. All right, so let's get into it. See, in this picture right here, you have some type of settlement with a whole bunch of people in the camp itself. Um, if you zoom in, you'll see like a whole bunch of different types of people. You'll see businessmen, merchants. Some people just look like straight up bums or crackheads. Somebody look like a murderer in the background. I know you probably can't see it perfectly on the computer, but I'm just trying to give you a good description on what's going on. But this scenario right here, I feel like this is basically trying to tell the people that this was a place that had a lot of people that was starving, struggling, or somehow needed some type of resource, like food or water. I think that's what the artist tried to display in this particular photo. Photo is basically just the people, well, the person who wrote it and the people who took part in it, like the artists and stuff. This would be irrelevant for a lot of people. The only person that's familiar here is Chris Avalon for me. All right, for now on, I'm going to just give you my input on what you're reading right now, and for now on. So in this one, all it is just telling you that, humanity has been, building up cities and trying to come together, trying to just build up what they had before. But they always seem to be brutal. Everybody wants power, and everybody has differences. So their brutal actions continue. Alrighty. In this picture, it's kind of interesting, just pretty much starting you off with a pitch black room, a guy lighting up a cigarette, just chilling in the darkness. Um, but the way his whole, demeanor, it reminds me of somebody that's big in this world. So my guess is this guy is right here is Mr. Vegas. All right, so in this picture, since I said this is Mr. Vegas, which I think it is, or it could be just some random dude in the motel, um, but I feel like right now they're trying to show that he's pretty much the boss man, and Vegas is his strip. So he's looking out at the city, with a cocky attitude. All right, in this pic, you got the sunset, and you're showing a vista of the Mojave Wasteland. Then you have this guy laying on a rock, and on the back of the rock it says, "Never forget, fuck the NCR." It has a motorcycle, a woman in the background, and the city burning on fire, with cons in the background. So I guess con is some type of tribe, what they call it, or faction. Then you have him with a fly on his face because he really doesn't give a fuck because he's strung out on drugs. And this guy asking, is he coming back? So I'm guessing he just came from, a group of people, and now he coming back to see if this to check on this guy right here. Right. In this picture right here, I guess the guy's just trying to get this guy to come to his senses. So he was just saying that, why are you writing all this shit? This doesn't do anything for you. And then he said, fuck Bitter Springs. We're cons. We survived. And then they say WOR, and it cut off. I guess that's trying to say that he cut him off. The guy laying down cut him off. But I guess he's trying to say we survived worse. And then he said back along among the living and only for the job. Well, he said because we got a job. So I'm guessing he's saying, the only reason why I'm doing this is because of the job. All right, so we start in this next pick, and then in this next pick, it starts off with the boss. He's in the mirror, and the guy says, "Are you trying to go somewhere?" And the boss asks him, "Do you have a problem?" And he say, "Yeah, dropping cigarettes on the floor leaves the smell." And the boss tries to be funny. He says, "How tribal are you?" Basically trying to say, we're past that shit. We're on some big get money shit right now, and that's petty shit. Say, you know what I mean? Minding my floor is my own business. And then says, who, how's downstairs? What's going on downstairs? And he says, running out of talent because people are fucking up. So he said Tommy can cry all I care because Tommy is the guy that's supposed to be doing the work. And I guess he said the singer is all taken care of. So meaning that they just try to kill a singer or something, or they did something to him. All right, I'm gonna call the other guy the right hand man. And I'm gonna call the boss, the guy with the checker suit, boss. This next conversation is pretty interesting. It starts off with this guy, the right hand man, saying that word on the strip that the singer took too much psycho and he killed himself, and he brought the valve back. The right hand man brought the valve back. So he said the people weren't too happy with it. And the boss says if he kept clean, he would still be singing. He'll still be alive. So I guess what he mean by clean is if he would, stayed in their circle and not got out of line, and he'll still be alive. And I guess they had to do what they had to do, kind of mafia style. Um, and then he said, "You want them dead? I could have killed them clean. Would have been like the old days when we were riding in the Mojave Wasteland." And the boss, he gets angry. He was like, "You want to go back to the old ways? That's fine, but there's the door." And the Mojave Wasteland, we're like, we're past that shit. We're on some new shit, so we don't need to go back to the old ways. And the guy was like, "I'm just saying, we could have killed him like a regular way, like a regular person, and instead of doing that grimy shit, like slipping shit into people's drinks and shit like that." But that was pretty much it. And the boss ends it by saying the only thing in that vial was Vegas. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video on this clip. In this clip, it starts off with the Mojave sunset in the background, and a group of mercenaries standing in a circle with the leaders standing in the middle drawing a line in the dirt. The line is basically the Colorado River, and he says that everything east of the river is Caesar's Legion territory, and everything west of it is New California Republic. So when we're playing Fallout New Vegas, I guess we'll get an idea on what territory is what, like kind of like a head start. So people who are back to the actual thing. People are wondering who's going to pay for the job. One person says it's rated work. Another guy says it's not rated work. It's some bitch shot from Vegas. And a lot of people are like, long as we get paid and we get to kill and shit like that. And at the end, the leader, he says it's you can all forget about the NCR in Bitter Springs. That's not the job. So you can pretty much forget all that shit that you guys were speculating. That's not the job. So in the next video, we'll find out. We'll conclude this segment and this whole thing. Like I say, hope you guys are still with me. And we'll pretty much conclude it and then show you what's going on. All right, peace.